The small roadside diner opened every morning before sunrise, its neon sign flickering softly in the blue dawn. For most customers, it was just a place to grab breakfast before work. But for 12-year-old Ayan, it was something far more than that. It was the only place where he felt seen. Every day, Ayan would quietly slip inside after school, sit at the last booth near the window, and wait. He never ordered. He never asked. And yet, like clockwork, Maria, the middle-aged waitress with tired eyes and a warm smile, would bring him a plate of warm food. Sometimes it was eggs and toast, sometimes chicken soup, sometimes leftover pancakes from the morning rush. Ayan always whispered the same thing before eating. "Thank you. I'll pay you back one day." Maria never pushed him for details. She knew enough. He was hungry, he was polite, and he was alone far too often. She didn't need more than that. The diner's owner, Mr. Harris, also pretended not to notice. But he always cooked a little extra, making sure the portion meant for the boy in the back booth was never too small. The staff had quietly agreed long ago, if they could give him even a little bit of comfort, they would. One cold evening, the diner was emptier than usual. Rain hammered against the windows, and the streets outside were shiny and deserted. Ayan slipped in, drenched and shivering, his school uniform sticking to him. Maria saw him and immediately rushed over with a towel. He tried to smile, but his lips were trembling. "Ayan, sit down, I'll bring you something hot," she said. He nodded and wiped his face. The moment she left, he pulled out a small notebook from his backpack. Inside were drawings. Dozens of them. Cars, buildings, cityscapes, portraits, perfect lines, bold shadows, details so beautiful they looked real. Drawing was his escape, something he loved but never had time for at home. That evening, however, someone else walked into the diner. A tall, sharply dressed man with silver hair and a presence so commanding that even the cook peeked from the kitchen. His name was Raymond Elwood, a millionaire businessman who rarely visited small places like this. But tonight, he wanted to dine somewhere quiet. He sat a few tables away from Ayan and ordered a simple meal. As he waited, his eyes drifted around the diner until they landed on the boy's notebook. His fork froze mid-air. Those drawings? He had seen professionals with less skill. He watched the boy sketch, noticing the precision, the concentration, the way his small hand moved confidently across the page. When Maria came with food and set it in front of Ayan, Raymond saw the way the boy thanked her sincerely before eating slowly, savoring every bite as if it were the best meal in the world. Raymond finally stood up and walked to the booth. "May I?" he asked. Ayan jumped slightly. Yes, sir. I couldn't help noticing your drawings," Raymond said. "Did you make these?" Ayan nodded shyly. "I draw after school. It helps me think." "They're extraordinary," Raymond said, flipping carefully through the pages. "Do you take classes?" Ayan gave a small laugh. "No, sir. I just learn from watching videos and copying things. I don't have supplies, really. Just this pencil." Raymond studied the boy's face. The hunger, the rain-soaked uniform, the tired eyes of someone forced to grow up too soon. He turned to Maria, who stood quietly nearby, worried. "Does he come here often?" Raymond asked. Maria hesitated, unsure how much to reveal. "He just likes the food here," she said gently. Raymond understood the truth beneath her careful words. When Ayan finished eating, he packed his notebook but accidentally dropped a folded paper. Raymond bent to pick it up. It was a drawing of the diner, warm lights, the staff smiling, the booth where he always sat. At the bottom, in small handwriting, were the words, "My favorite place in the world." "Ayan," he said softly, "if you don't mind me asking, what do you want to be when you grow up?" The boy looked down at his shoes. "An architect. I want to design buildings and houses, places people feel safe in, but I don't think it's possible." He forced a smile. "But dreaming is free, right?" Raymond took a slow breath. "Dreaming is free," he said. "But making dreams real, Sometimes that needs help. He bent down to Ayan's eye level. Would it be all right if I tried to help you? Ayan blinked in confusion. Help me? How? By making sure you're never hungry again, Raymond said, and by giving you the education you deserve. Art classes, school supplies, a scholarship for the future if you work hard, everything you need to follow your dreams. Ayan's mouth fell open. He seemed frozen, unable to process the words. Maria covered her mouth with both hands, tears forming in her eyes. Why would you help me? Ayan whispered. Because someone helped me once, Raymond said, and because talent like yours should never be buried under hardship. Ayan's eyes filled with tears, not dramatic, not loud, just quiet disbelief. Are you sure? He whispered. Raymond placed a hand gently on his shoulder. Absolutely. From that day forward, everything changed. Raymond met with Ayan's school, arranged tutoring, bought proper art materials, and even visited the boy's home to speak with his mother, who worked tirelessly but struggled to provide. She cried with gratitude, overwhelmed by the unexpected kindness. The diner continued feeding Ayan, but now he came in with a brighter face, clean clothes, and new confidence. The staff noticed the transformation immediately. Months passed, and Ayan's art blossomed. His portfolio grew, his grades improved. Raymond visited often, checking in like a quiet guardian. Raymond felt something shift inside him. He had spent years building companies, buying properties, and living luxuriously, but this one child's gratitude felt more powerful than anything he owned, never demanding anything in return. One evening, Ayan walked into the diner carrying a drawing tube. He rushed to Raymond's table and handed him a neatly rolled sketch. Raymond opened it and stared. It was a perfectly designed blueprint of a future building, with the name Elwood Arts Academy written at the bottom. A place for children like Ayan, a place where dreams would begin. I made this for you, Ayan said proudly, because one day I'm going to build it. Raymond felt a warmth rise in his chest. You will, he said, and when you do, I'll be the first person to walk through the doors. The diner lights glowed softly around them, and for the first time in a long time, Ayan felt not just fed, but chosen, believed in, and seen. And that was the moment his life truly began.